So we thank you all, Toda Rabba Lachem, on your support for this endeavor. Tonight, our at-capacity audience, who are slowly coming through, that's some 583 people to be precise, are here in strength to show solidarity with Israeli soldiers, the modern-day heroes of the Jewish people. Banu mikol ha'olam להביע סולידריות עמכם, חיילי צה"ל, חיילינו, תודה רבה לכם. Beneath the Helmet is a coming-of-age story following the inspiring journey of 5 Israeli high school graduates, who they are, who they want to be, and why. Why they were chosen to be protectors of a nation. In the audience are many of these soldiers, and we will look forward to introducing them to you later on. A special thanks to them, to their commanders and the IDF spokesperson's unit for making this project feasible. Thank you for the unprecedented access into the lives of soldiers, a project of nearly 2 years and over 100 hours of footage. לחיילינו, למפקדים שלהם, לכל המחלקה וגם למשפחות שלהם שהגיעו הערב, וליחידת דובר צה"ל, אנחנו אומרים תודה רבה. Thank you. And thank you also to our filmmakers who worked day and literally day and night for many months to bring this film to us. To Wayne, Rebecca, Baruch, Oren, Amit, Sasha, and Aviv, under the leadership of Jerusalem News CEO and founder Raphael Shaw, and our president, who is with us tonight in America, Amy Holtz. Together they have created a timely and incredibly important film, which we hope will inspire you and educate millions around the world. Thank you also to our marketing team, led by Tanya Frankel, and to all who works on tonight's event. That includes Caroline, Nechama, Tema, Binyamin, Ariel, our designers, and I could go on, Etty. It really was a remarkable team effort. I've seen them working literally day and night for many weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, please note, it is customary to leave the cinema after the film. However, there will be a short program afterwards for our soldiers, and so we ask you to please stay in your seats until the end of this program. Friends, we look back at a turbulent summer. All of us are grateful for the leadership shown by our Israeli soldiers, as well as the government and Prime Minister of Israel. Behind the scenes, a team of advisors have helped Israel and the Jewish people through some challenging moments, never losing hope, never losing vision. Mark Regev, advisor to the Prime Minister, has been at the forefront of these efforts, and we are very grateful he and his wife could join us tonight. Join me in welcoming Mark Regev.
Good evening. I'll be brief because you didn't come to hear me, you came to see the movie. But I want to say the following, and I think it has to be said, and I don't think it can be said enough, and that word is thank you. Thank you to all those young men and women who do their service in the IDF. We should never, ever take it for granted. Never. You know, David Ben-Gurion, the first Prime Minister of Israel, declared independence in May 1948 on a Friday afternoon. 1948. And that same night, within hours, the Egyptian Air Force bombed Tel Aviv. And on the next day, the neighboring countries, all of them, invaded what had been up until then British Mandate Palestine. This country wouldn't be here if it wasn't for young, brave men and women doing their national service to protect our freedom and our independence. And the truth is, that's still the case 66, 67 years after the fact. You look to the north, you look to the northeast, you look to the south, Israel still faces very considerable threats. And we wouldn't be here without the very brave young men and women of the IDF. Now, if this movie is successful in presenting our young soldiers to the outside world, if this movie shows us for what we really are, and not some distorted or warped image that people might have, but if this movie succeeds in showing young Israeli soldiers as they are, that's a mitzvah, and I hope we succeed. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mark Regev. Tonight we are pleased to partner with another amazing organization, Thank Israeli Soldiers, whose mission is to embrace, educate, and empower the brave Israeli soldiers protecting Israel. From the start of their service through discharge to civilian life, an Israeli soldier is empowered by many, if not all, 8 unique programs offered by Thank Israeli Soldiers. Abba and Pamela Kleiman are the founders of Thank Israeli Soldiers, and it is my privilege to introduce you this evening Pamela, who is also an associate producer of Beneath the Helmet. Pamela Kleiman.
It's incredible that after 2,000 years, we're sitting here in the holy city of Jerusalem. And of course, we wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for God, but for every single Israeli soldier that's protecting us. My friends, we're living in unique times. Open any newspaper, and it's clear. Israeli soldiers are beacons of light, surrounded by darkness. When you're walking in Israel, you feel the amazing power of being able to go down any single street and feel safe. Our soldiers are protecting us. But what are we doing for them? Answering this question is what started Thank Israeli Soldiers over 10 years ago. We began simply by delivering cakes to soldiers in the city of Jerusalem. And actually, I know that many of you here tonight were part of that very first group that delivered those cakes. From a few cakes, now that more than 80,000 care packages have been delivered. But that wasn't enough. Do you know that nearly 50% of the Israeli soldiers have never been to Jerusalem before their army service? We've moved from the we generation of the kibbutzim to the me generation of the iPhone. So how could Thank Israeli Soldiers reach them? The Jerusalem Experience program was created, which educates 40,000 soldiers a year about the power of our ancient and eternal capital. But that wasn't enough. We needed to cast our net wider, to go beyond Jerusalem. Thank Israeli Soldiers created Begin on the Base, an educational program that inspires soldiers as to the why of their service. And then we took another step to prepare soldiers for their transition to civilian life, the Momentum program. And today, Thank Israeli Soldiers programs are impacting tens of thousands of soldiers a year, all with the blessings of the IDF. But my friends, this still wasn't enough. We listened to the soldiers, and we understood that connecting to Jews and supporters worldwide empowers them. Empowers them by knowing that they're not alone, that people really care. To express our appreciation, we broke ground on a new, state-of-the-art soldier center inside the walls of the old city, the first time in 2,000 years that they will have a place to call their own inside those walls. A place where all of you can visit, a place where you can express your gratitude personally, and we hope you'll come. But But there's one final step beyond any single organization. Partnership. Partnership. And that's what brings us together tonight with Jerusalem University, an incredible, really incredible organization that has created this groundbreaking documentary, Beneath the Helmet. Jerusalem U, a visionary organization using film and media to educate and transform this generation. Thank Israeli Soldiers is honored to partner with such an organization. In these challenging times for Israel and for the Jewish people everywhere, it's critical that we all join forces. Unity is our greatest protection. We owe it to our soldiers. They put their life on the line for all of us. My sweetest brothers and sisters, beneath the helmet.